Okay, good morning, everybody. You are welcome again to our web design class. We are glad to have you here. So I'm still expecting the students to come in. The teacher is here, but the students are still dressing up. All right, but we are proceeding with the class. We don't have much time to waste. So it's 11:03 already. Class starts by 11 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So this will be the last lesson for this week. And this is the 4th class in our Ember Booster training, in our web design class for the Ember Booster training. So you are all welcome. Thank you for joining us again this morning. Happy weekend to us all. And hopefully, once again, we have a great time together by God's grace. So I welcome you all. So how was our last project? How did the project go? Hope we enjoyed it. So last time when we met, we were able to look at our one-day code writing, 1 day of code. So we're able to write our first line of code, making use of HTML. Now, this is not a programming course. So we are not going fully into programming. The web design we are learning, we are making use of WordPress to achieve it. So we are not going fully into programming. Get it? All right. So we are getting started with the WordPress today. Our previous classes has been about the theoretical aspects of web design. And in our last class, we started with the practical aspects, where we were able to get our hands on writing some lines of code. And through that, we were able to understand the practical aspects, or basically to understand some terminologies when it comes to web design. So we are able to understand what it means to write H1, headings for H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Then we are able to understand paragraphing, what paragraph is about in web design. We also learned about what we mean when we talk about creating a list, and the 2 different kind of lists that we have in web design, which is basically on ordered list and ordered list. We also talk about using images in your web design, how to add your images based on HTML. And that is the same way we add images in WordPress. We import the image into our program. Okay, so today we are starting fully with WordPress. And by the end of today, you should be able to, there won't be any slide today, or probably I will just show us, let me just show us the roadmap. So I have that on a slide. But today is it's fully a practical class. So we will not be making use of slides so much. Okay, let me just share with us what we have on the slide while we progress. Okay. Right, we set this up well. Okay. So we started from what is internet and we proceed. Let me just scroll quickly. All right, so last time when we met, this is just a recap. This is what we did. We made use of heading elements, paragraph elements, void elements, list elements, nesting and indentation, anchor elements, image elements, Then we add our first project, which is the birthday invite project. I'm still expecting some of us to submit our assignments. Please, if you have not done so, make sure you do that. It is very important you submit your assignment, as that will count towards your graduation from this program. So make sure you submit your assignments. We can't beat you if you don't submit assignments, and we can't flog you. But what we flog you, we flog you. You won't collect your certificate. So that's just it. All right. Today we'll be looking at WordPress and how we set up our WordPress. So we look at how to register a domain, how to register a hosting account, and basically your domain is your web address. I talked about this during the theoretical aspects. Then the hosting account is where you store your website files and your database, okay? Then how do you install WordPress? Through your host. How do you install your themes and relevant WordPress plugins? What are themes? What are plugins? Those are the things we are going to look at today. Then we see how you can customize your website. Then you launch your website. So by the end of today's class, every one of us here should know how to set up a WordPress website. You should be able to install your theme and install relevant plugins. And you should get your own website ready by the end of today. And you should be ready to customize your website to look the way you want it to look. So that is what we want to achieve today. And we trust the name of the Lord to help us with that. So we are getting started. Thank you, and let's get started. Okay, so we want to start from the first thing, which is registering a domain. How do we register a domain? And how do we register a hosting account? I won't be explaining what a domain is. Make sure you go to the previous class to understand what a domain is. So it's fully practical, and I'm going straight now. All right, so I'll be sharing my browser screen now. Yeah, I'll be setting up everything. Okay. All right. Okay. So to get started, the first thing we want to search for is what we call your hosting account. You want to buy your hosting. How do you set up your domain? You start from your domain. So you need a web address, and we'll be using how should I explain that? The approach we'll be using is that we'll be buying our domain from a particular site, and we'll be buying our hosting from another site. And the reason why we are going through this approach is because by experience, we have been able to find out that as a Nigerian, and basically most of your clients, if you are a Nigerian, most of your clients will come from Nigeria. You might want to go for some cheaper and at the same time, best option. You get it? So we give you where you can get cheap domain and best option, and at the same time, cheap hosting, but best option. So you might be wondering, how do you get the best with the cheapest price? Okay, so we've done our research, and hopefully is what we use in our organization also. So we are not giving you what we are not using. Do you understand? Beautiful. Let's start. So to get your domain, go to afterschoolacademy.ng/domain. If you want to buy your domain, just go to afterschoolacademy.ng/domain and press enter. Okay, so you will be redirected to googlehost.com. Now you might be wondering, why not asking us to go straight to googles.com? Why going through afterschoolacademy.ng/domain? So this is to make things easier for you and to ensure you find yourself in the right hosting site. And at the same time, you'll be able to get some discounts at the beginning of your hosting endeavor, you understand? So that's why we decided to give you the opportunity to go through our website, you understand? Okay, so, and when you do so, obviously, it's an affiliate link. So there will be some portion that we also get from your purchase. Okay, thank you for that. All right, so this is googles.com. Click on search for a domain name. Domain name is your web address, just like afterschoolacademy.ng. That's a web address, just like yourname.com, just like google.com, your name, emmanuel.com, anything, .com, .ng, .org. We know that already from our previous class. So that is your domain, okay? Okay, I'm not going to wait for anybody. All right, sorry, I was trying to pass an information here. Okay, so let's search for our domain. So I want to search for a domain. Let me just search for booster.com. So that's the domain I want to search for. Let's see if it's available. Then press enter. Okay, booster.com is unavailable. Booster.com is unavailable. So there are times when you will search for a domain and that domain will not be available. Now, if you still want to lay hold of that name, Booster, you can decide to change the extension. So now, for instance, let's see some extensions that are available. So these are extensions that are available: booster.tech, boosts.tech, boosterapp.tech, booster.com.ng. Okay, that's a good option, booster.com.ng. So you can just add that to cart and you proceed to payment. Okay, so those are ways through which you get to buy your domain. So I will just take us through that process. Let's say I'm not using booster.com. Probably the name of your hosting is website, maybe nigerwebsite.com.ng or nigerwebsite.com. So maybe that's your domain. Let's search for it. Okay, nigerwebsite.com is also not available. Okay, Niger Web Designer. So let's search for nigerwebdesigner.com. Beautiful. So nigerwebdesigner.com is available. So the next thing you need to do is to add to cart, but take note of the price. The price of purchasing nigerwebdesigner.com is 13,400. Okay. If you are buying .ng extension, it's 6,000 naira. If you are buying .org, it's 8,000 naira. Already you know why, you know the essence of each of these extensions. So you know that if you are going for .org, that means that organization is a non-profit organization. If you are going for .africa, that means it's an organization that is based in Africa. If you are going for .store, that means it's an e-commerce website. You get it? So make sure you pay attention to that. All right. Okay. So now let's proceed. So to proceed with your payment, just click on Add to Cart. So as soon as you do that, you will have the statement added. Okay. Oji, you are welcome. Good morning to you. All right. So I believe you can hear me clearly. You can drop a chat for me if you are hearing me and you are following. All right. So we've clicked on Add to Cart. So currently I'm showing you how to buy your domain name from whogohost.com. That's our suggested domain name. Okay, beautiful. Then the next thing is click on continue. Continue. So when you do that, you will be given this option of ID protection. So by adding your ID protection, that means you are going to be adding 4,500 Naira to secure that ID. Not necessarily, it's not important, so you can untick it. You don't really need it. The only thing you need is your domain name. And this hosting, we are not purchasing our hosting from WooGoHost. So don't worry about it. The only thing we are purchasing from WooGoHost is domain. Do you understand? Okay. Now you might want to ask me, why am I not purchasing the domain, the hosting from WooGoHost? I will not talk about that because this is a public space. So, but our suggestion for domain is whogohost.com. For hosting, I will give you our suggestion for that also. Thank you. All right. Then you scroll down. We have the option of name servers. Please pay attention here. If you are buying your hosting from whogohost.com, you don't need to change the name server. But if you are buying your hosting from another hosting platform, that means the name server will be changed at some point, okay? So later, I will show you how to change the name server. So let's say probably the first thing you bought is the hosting before the domain. Then you already have the name server. You can put it here immediately. But because we are starting with the purchase of domain, just leave the name server like this. We can change it later, which we are going to do. Then click on continue. Okay. So I'm just using that to show you a demo of how to purchase your domain. So you can see we've left everything untouched. The only thing we did was to accept the payment for the domain, which is 13,400, okay? And it runs for 1 year. Then if you are buying it if you are making a purchase from WooGoHost for the first time, you will need to create a new account. So I have been purchasing some domains from them before. So my account is already there, so I don't need to do that again. So after you have done that, scroll down to where you have payment method and click on Rave by Flutterwave, so that you can be able to make your payment immediately online. And I have read and agreed to the terms of service, okay? Then you click on checkout. So with that, you will be directed to where to continue with your purchase or to make your payment. So your order has been placed and an invoice has been generated for you. So now the payment have not been made yet. So to make the payment, go to continue to client area. Sorry, is a little bit a long process. I don't know why they have to redirect us back. That's how they are doing it now. Before, immediately you'll be redirected to where to make the payment, to the payment gateway. But now you have to go through your invoice. So just click on, you will see the notification as soon as you click on client area, okay? So, but if you are making the purchase for the first time, normally you might not have this client area. So I think with that one, you should be redirected to your payment gateway directly. You get it? So if you have any challenge in the process, I'm always available for you. So just click on pay now. And this is the one we want to pay for. It's currently unpaid. So I will just click on it and I will progress to payments. So you can see it. So I will just click on pay with Flutterwave, and then I will enter my card details and I will make payments. So if this is your first time of making a payment online, and you don't want to use your card, Flutterwave allows you to use your USSD. So there are many options you can use. Just click on pay with Flutterwave. I will show us a demo of that. I'm not going to pay. Don't worry, don't be afraid, don't be scared. So I'm not paying now because I don't need that domain, obviously. I'm just using it to show you an option. So you can pay with your card, but if you don't want to pay with your card, probably you are skeptical, you are somehow, okay, you can use your USSD, then you select your bank. So if you are using GT Bank, you select GT Bank, pay this particular amount. As soon as you click it, you will have the option of the code. So as soon as you enter this code, the payment will be made. Please don't enter this code on my behalf. If you do that, 13,403 Naira will be withdrawn from your account. Dead. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this. So I'm not going to make the payment, sorry. I'm just using it to show you a demo. So we are canceling our payments, thank you. Sorry, is it a demo? Yes, we are canceling it. Okay, so that's how to make purchase for your domain. Any question? No question. Okay, now let's proceed. So I'm going back to afterschoolacademy.ng/domain. I'm going back to the site. So after your purchase, you should be able to, they will send you an email, and on the email, you will have the option where you can log into your account, to your domain hosting account with Google Host. So then when you sign in, you should have this page like this. So you will have this page. Then instantly you can go ahead and check the domains you want. If you scroll down, you will see your domains. Just click on domains and it will redirect you to see some domains that are currently active on your website, on your hosting account. Do you get it? Okay. So for us, the domain we are going to be using now is emberbooster.com.ng. I purchased this a few days ago so that we can use it for this training. So you can just click on manage domain and you'll be able to carry out some things on your domain. Do you get it? Okay. So with that, we've come to the end of how to purchase your domain. If you have any question with that one, you can always get back to me. Do you get it? Okay, so let's leave it for now. All right, let's proceed to hosting. Do you have any question? Let me get our question. Please check on Facebook if there are questions. I'm trying to take it little by little so that we can get it. So in order to continue with your purchase, now you bought your domain, the next thing is to buy your hosting. Hosting is where you store your website files and your databases, okay? So you go to afterschoolacademy.ng/hosting. Okay. Good morning, Daniel. You are welcome. I celebrate you, okay? So now we want to buy hosting, afterschoolacademy.ng/hosting. Okay. Now, this is the hosting platform we are using. And this is what we are using in our organization also. So everything we are showing here is what we are using. And this is hosting. So by using afterschoolacademy.ng/hosting, you will be redirected to this page. Now, if you make use of if you go directly to hostinga.com, you might not get the offer that you'll be getting when you go through our link. So we are really doing well for you in this situation. So with that, you can get your hosting for as low as $3 per month, and you will still get 3 months free hosting. Then your purchase will be 77% of the original payment. Wow. I think you need to celebrate us for that. So that's what we are offering you and giving you with that. So just go to afterschoolacademy.ng/hosting. Okay. So I will put the two address on our chat section. If you are watching the recording, if you did not, in case you couldn't get the address correctly, you can ask on the chat on our training WhatsApp group, and I will send you the two links. So the first one is afterschoolacademy.ng/domain. Then the second one is afterschoolacademy.ng/hosting. So that gives you something you can start with awesome discounts. Okay. All right. So now you select the same way I gave us a walkthrough of that payment. Is very simple. Just click on add to cart, the option you want to go for. If you are going for the business option or premium option or the cloud startup. So make sure, okay, obviously, if you go through that link, you will be on the web hosting plan. So there are many hosting plans that they have, but the one you are going for is the web hosting plan, okay? Then check the features. So you have standard performance, 100 websites can be hosted. You have 100 gigabyte space of storage for your files. That's huge on its own, very huge. Website files are not that heavy, so it will do you a lot. And you have unlimited bandwidth. Now, this is one of the reasons why we suggest Hostinger and why we don't use Nigerian host. Nigerian hosting platforms have a dedicated amount of bandwidth. The meaning of that is when your traffic increases, your website will be slow or will not be loading. So we don't want something like that. There was a time it cost us a lot of money. We ran an ad on Facebook, and it is to a landing page on our website. So because of the traffic that was going to that website, because of the ad, the website at some point, that time we are still using Nigerian hosting platform. I will not tell you the name of the hosting platform, but it's a Nigerian hosting platform. So the website stopped working. Like people couldn't access the website. It was saying DNS, something, just a series of information because the bandwidth has been overloaded. You get it? So from that time, we decided that we will not go for Nigerian host again. So that's why we started using foreign hosts. And the best we have found in the market is Hostinger. Okay, so it also comes with unlimited SSL, free SSL, beautiful ones, because your security is very important. And that's one of the benefits of going for this hosting platform. So it helps to secure your domain. And that's why purchasing all this SSL from your domain site is not necessary because of this hosting. So then you have free email, beautiful, free email, customized email that you can use. Then free domain. You have one free domain, just one, not two, one free domain. So even if you don't want to buy a domain from Google Host, if you'll be hosting for your first website, you can just come and buy the hosting directly. You have chance to a free domain. You get it, beautiful. But when you are building for other clients and you want to, because this particular hosting can take up to 100 websites, just imagine. So this hosting, the hosting account can take for 100 clients. Wow, that's a huge one for you. So you only need to be buying domains anytime you have clients. You don't need to bother about hosting, even though you will charge your clients for hosting, of course, but you don't need to be buying it every time. That's one of the ways you make money in web design. Okay, later we'll talk more about the business side of web designing. So that's just part of it. Then you have a lot of many other benefits that you get here. Okay, so I recommend you go for any of these options. Either you go for the premium or the business or the cloud. In our own organization, the one we are using is the business option. And it has been amazing, amazing. In fact, amazing. There has never been a time our website is down. There has never been a time our website is slow. Our SEO skyrocketed. It was awesome. Like, it was all the websites we have been hosting. In fact, we migrated all our clients' websites to this particular site because it has been a great experience with them. So they are not paying me for this advert, but I can tell you, you will get the best from Hostinger. All right, so just go ahead. As soon as you click add to cart, their own payment way is even simple. I don't want to go through that process again. Click on add to cart and enter your card, fill in the necessary forms, and your payment is done. Now, this is a foreign account, so you are paying in dollars. Okay, I think I need to talk about this. So you are paying in dollars, you are not paying in Naira. So you are going to use a dollar card to make payment here. So very simple. If you don't have a dollar card, just download Cheaper Cash from Play Store. So when you download Cheaper Cash from Play Store, you have opportunity to get a dollar card. So you pay money into your Cheaper account, then you convert that money into the dollar equivalent you want to pay on Hostinger, and that's all. So that's how to make your dollar payment. It's seamless. If you have any challenge, I'm always ready to help you. Okay, so with that, you will have successfully purchased your web hosting. Any question? Any question? Any question? Okay, if there is no question, I'm proceeding. So after purchasing your hosting platform, you will be given a personal hosting link. You'll be able to access your own Hostinger hosting platform. Do you get it? The same way you have your client area for Google Host, you will have your client area for Hostinger. So the client area normally will be hpanel.hostinger.com. hpanel.hostinger.com. That is what they will give you. Then you will have your login details that will be sent to your email. So I'm just logging in now to our own account to show you how we are going to progress. So as soon as you click on hpanel.hostinger.com and you log in with your login details that has been sent to your email address, you can change the login details as you progress, but at least you'll be able to land on this page. So hosting, so that's the one we are using. And you can see the you will see the expiration dates. So our own is expiring, that should be next year, May. So by that time, before that time, we should renew the hosting, okay? Then you click on manage, that's how you get started. Click on manage. So you want to manage your hosting. So for now, assumption is that you have not added any website to your hosting. So what you should have is to add a website. So I will just show you that what the option you will have when you click on manage. So this will be what you will have. So you will be asked to add a website. Okay. Now, before you get to this option, remember our domain and our hosting platform is different. So we need to ensure that we connect. So I just pressed on back there. Okay. We need to ensure, let me go back to home. We need to ensure that we connect our domain and our hosting platform together. Please pay attention. In fact, if it means you watch this video 2 or 3 times to understand this side, to this aspect, watch it. Do you get it? So you must connect your domain and your hosting together. Very important. If you don't connect your domain and your hosting together, when people search for your web address, it won't lead to any place. Do you get it? So how do you do that connection? As soon as you have finished your purchase and you have logged into your Hostinger panel, the next thing is to connect your domain and your hosting together. Good. So how do you do that? Just come to your AI search here. That's the fastest way. Search for Hostinger name server. So name server, sorry. So that's what we want to search for. We want to search for Hostinger name server. So now there are some options here that will come up, something like that. Okay. So just click on it and look at the options that you have here. Basically, what you want is this website, Hostinger Pro website, something like that. Is it this? Oh, no, not this. Sorry. Let me do the search again. Just click on name server. Name server. All right. So let's see if you can see that option here. Okay, this is your business web hosting. So just look for that option for business web hosting. You can see it here. Business web hosting, or you use the one, anyone you have there. But basically, just click on anyone. The one that's showing business web hosting. Okay. And under your plan details, that is hosting plan details, you should see name servers. Okay, so that's one way to get it, to get to your website. Okay, or that's the fastest way, sorry. So you can just copy this name server. This is Hostinger name servers for every of their name of their, anybody that is hosting with Hostinger. This is their name server. It's general. So you can just copy it and put it somewhere. It is always ns1dns-packing.com, ns2.dns-packing.com. So that's their name server. In the email they are going to send to you after you make your purchase, the name servers will also be there. Okay, so with that, you can now go back to your hosting platform. Okay, sorry, to your domain hosting platform. So let's go to our domain hosting platform. That should be our Google host. Okay, so you can still go there through afterschoolacademy.ng/domain. Okay, then click on my account to sign into your account for Google host. Then click on domains, manage domains. All right. So I told us that we'll be using this emberbooster.com.ng. Okay. So click on these three buttons and click manage name servers. Manage name servers. Okay. So you wait for that to load. Now that is taking time. I don't know the problem of Google this morning with that. So it's taking time for their page to load. Okay, finally it has loaded. All right, so the next thing is to check for your name server one. So you can see I have already included the name server, but normally what you will see here is the Google's name server. So you should see something like googles.com, ns.googles.com, ns2googles.com. That is what you should see. But you will now change it. You will copy the name server that you have here, copy this one, Ctrl+C on your keyboard. Then you paste it in the, you are going to paste it in the So you paste it here for 1 and 2. So after you have done that, you copy the second one, so you paste it in name server 2, then you click change name servers. Now, after you have done that successfully, you will receive a message, name servers has been changed. But pay attention here. It will take about 24 hours for your name server to propagate. So propagation simply means for that connection to be available in all the servers around the world. So to check if your connection is available, just go to dnschecker.org, dnschecker.org, dnschecker.org. So that's where you check for your propagation. So enter the domain name. The domain name is emberbooster.com.ng. Then where you have the A, change it to NS because we are dealing with name server. Then click on search. So it will show you where the propagation has occurred. Okay. So for now, correctly, that domain propagation has occurred in Switzerland. You can see it there. Then, okay, the other ones are still doing, but at least it's in Switzerland, as you can see. So as the propagation has, when the propagation has ended, every one of it will be ticked. For instance, if I check for afterschoolacademy.ng, now you might be wondering, so what's the implication of that propagation? Very simple. The implication is that your website will not, you can't work on your website until the propagation is done. Okay, you might not be able to work on your website until all the propagation is done. You might not, I'm not saying you won't, you might not. So sometimes, most times you might need to wait for all the propagations to be done, or your website will not be available in those countries where that particular servers are serving. So if your website is not, the server in Miami, United States now, if you have not been propagated to that server, the meaning of that is people that are using this Miami server, they will not be able to access your website. That's the meaning, okay? If the propagation is not available in that place. So far, you can see this particular domain, our afterschoolacademy.ng, everything is showing green, and it's showing the ns2dnspacking.com. That's the Hostinger name server. So that's how to deal with your name server. Please watch this aspect like 2 times, 3 times to understand it. It's very important to understand it. So make sure you watch it and you understand it. That's how to connect your domain, this emberbooster.com.ng, to your hosting. Okay. Okay, I have a question here. Let me quickly answer that. During the registration for the cheaper cache, are we required to input our BVN? Obviously, when you are registering for your cheaper cache, because there are some levels of, what do we call it now? You need to verify your account good. So there are some levels of verification that is required, and that's a normal thing for all accounts opening. So you have to put in your BVN at some point to verify your account. So, but that will not take anything away from you. They will not, it's not a medium for them to siphon your money. So don't be scared. It's a trusted platform, and I've been using them. I think they need to pay me for that, but all right, let's proceed. So that's how to work on your connection, connecting your domain that you bought from Google Host to your hosting that's available on Hostinger. Okay, now let's come back to Hostinger and go back to our home, which is the landing page. And now let's connect our websites together. So to do that, click on where you have your hosting, just click on manage. Then if you see the option of add a website immediately, that's good. If you do not see that option, by the left-hand side there, you should see add website. So you should have this option. Now, what is your website type? Is it an online store, blog, business, portfolio, order? If you want Hostinger to take you through that process in which they have their way of using AI to also help you to generate your website. If you want that personalized experience, you can go for it. But for now, I don't need that personalized experience. Just click on skip. I don't want any personalized experience. Then the next thing is create a new website or migrate my website. So what we are doing here is we are creating a new website. So click on select. Now, how do you want to go about it? Do you want to go with WordPress with AI or Hostinger Builder with AI? So we are going with WordPress. So now I'm showing you how to install WordPress on your hosting platform. That's what we are doing now. So click on select WordPress with AI, okay? So now it will tell you create login details for WordPress account. So let's see, it will come up now. Just wait for it, okay? So your language obviously is English. Your administrator email, the email that you want to use for the website, you put it here. Make sure you put your own email that you can remember. So don't go and put any. Then your password, you put your password there. So I've already inserted my own password. Then you click on continue. Okay. Then pay attention to all these things that must be fulfilled in your hosting. So continue. So plugins, now you don't necessarily have to disturb yourself about this. I will show you how to install plugins after the installation is completed. So just move on. Okay. So, but if you are interested in any of these plugins, you can, but for now, we move on. So click on continue, untick everything and click on continue. So now you have this option of selecting a particular theme that you would want to put on your WordPress hosting. So these are the names of the themes that are available. 2022 Ocean. Now, don't disturb yourself about this. By the time we get inside WordPress, we install our own themes by ourselves. Understood? Okay. So themes are just your website structures. They are your website appearance. The same way your HTML is your website structure when you are trying to make use of programming language to code, to write your website. As the HTML is your structure, so also your theme is your structure for WordPress. You get it? So for now, skip. I don't need a template. We do that by ourselves later. So automate your text creation with AI, your brand name, all those things. Now you don't need to disturb yourself. Skip. I will write content later. Now name your website. You have two options: buy a domain, use an existing domain. So we already have a domain that we want to use. So if you want a free temporary domain, so you can easily change it later. So you can see they have generated a temporary domain for you, but you don't need that option. Just go on it since you have already bought your own domain. And you can buy a domain for as low as 1,300 Naira from Google as I showed you. So there is no complaint that I can buy a domain. You get it? Good. But actually, for you to practice everything I am saying, we are going to give you a free domain and a free hosting for 1 month that you are spending in this training program. Hallelujah. So we will give you a free hosting and free domain for 1 month. So you won't even have to go through all this process. I will show you where you are going to start from. But it's good you know this process, especially when working for your clients. You get it? So use an existing domain. That's the option we are going for. So you select it. Now you enter your domain. So the domain we bought is Ember Booster. You remember that domain, .com.ng. And we've already linked the name server of Hostinger with the domain. So we can continue from here now. Click on continue. Okay. So you can see it has seen that your emberbooster.com.ng is already connected to Hostinger. So you can see it here. It's showing the existing name server of Hostinger. So if this is not showing at this point, that means your domain has not been connected to Hostinger. That's the meaning. You get it? And I recommend this before you come to your hosting and you start this process of installing WordPress, getting to this point. Make sure you have connected your domain to your hosting, maybe at least 24 hours earlier. So 1 day earlier, make sure you have done that before you start it, so that you won't have this issue of I can't see my name server. Because it can take at a minimum, it can take up to 24 hours for that propagation to occur, as I said. Okay, just click on continue. We are good to go. So the process is moving on. Okay, so just is initializing. So connect your domain. So it's asking we should connect our domain, set name servers to connect. So we have already done that, so we don't need to disturb ourselves. If you have not done that, if you click on admin panel, it will not work. So you have 3 options. We are through with this option. So what we need now is to go to our admin panel, because okay, sorry, I forgot to announce to us, you have installed WordPress on your website already now. So you can now go to your WordPress admin panel. That's what we have just done. You are almost there. So let's go to our admin panel. We've already connected our, okay. Okay, so now our website is published, and this is the emberbooster.com. Okay, showing us a preview domain. All right, that's not a challenge. So obviously, this is your back end. So now you might wonder, why is it showing a preview domain? It's showing a preview domain because not all the expected, what do we call it now? Not all the expected servers has been served, okay? So if I go back to my DNS checker, you will notice that some of the servers have not been served. If you click on emberbooster.com.ng, NS, and you search, okay? Oh, beautiful. So, awesome. So majority of the server has been served, remaining China. So we are still getting there. So that's why it's showing this preview domain. Very soon now, it won't be showing the preview domain again. You get it? Good. So let's progress. So let me close all this, close this. Now, don't worry about this issue of not secured. It will soon be secured. All those things will be set up as we progress. So any questions so far? This is the back end of our WordPress, and we are good to go. Any question? No question. Okay, let me close this and go back to my hosting. We will come back to this side later, but for now, let's go to our hosting H panel again. So this is the one. So if you have not connected, let me just show you what to do. Just click on connect, and something should load for you. So let's activate emberbooster.com.ng. So they are assuming that you have not changed your domain. You get it? That's the meaning. So if you have other, like Google's is not listed here. So just click on let's start, and they will tell you, log into your provider. The same thing I showed you that other time. Find your old name servers and put this inside. Then press continue and click finish. That's it. So it's still the same thing. And you should be good to go. So for now, let's go back and manage. Let's go to our H panel and manage our site. Okay, that is loading. Give it some time. Don't worry. I know this process of moving from one platform to another, it can be a little bit tedious, but that's the only difficult aspect of your hosting. That's the only difficult aspect. Other of your hosting, your web hosting, sorry. Other ones are very simple. Okay. All right, now so this is our WordPress. So this is our WordPress dashboard from the hosting platform. Okay, this is what you should see. Now, you can see your business web hosting is active. You can see your domain is active. So the transfer has been done successfully. We are not going to set up our email for now. Your daily backups is enabled. Beautiful. So just click on your admin panel. Sorry. No. That's not where I want to go. Click here under WordPress here. Then click on overview. That's what I need. So I want to show you some other things that you should pay attention to. So sometimes this first HTTPS might not be active. So make sure you on it. And when you are building your website newly, maybe you want to carry out a maintenance on your website, you can go ahead and activate this maintenance mode. Then all other ones, just leave them like that. Then you can see your SSL certificate is active now. Okay. And that's all. So that's just what I came to this place to show you. How to activate your HTTPS. It's very important. It's very important. Make sure you on it in case it's not on for you automatically. Okay. Now let's go to our WordPress dashboard, your panel, admin panel. So this is where you will be carrying out your design on that admin panel. So let's click on it. Let's go there. And I will also show you another way you can access that your admin panel. Okay. If you don't want to go through the hosting platform. Of course, you will not be going through the hosting platform for the free hosting and free domain we are going to give you. So how do you log in case you don't have access to the hosting platform? So just go to Ember Booster, that's your domain name. You will go to your domain name, emberbooster.com.ng. You put /wp-admin. So that would be your login details. So by the time we give you your free hosting for those of us that we have been able to find out that we are actually following the program, at the end of this class, I will send you your hosting and your free hosting and your free domain and set that up for you. So just reach out to me at the end of this class if you are following the program and you want to test out everything we are doing. You want to get your free domain and hosting. You reach out to me and I will guide you on that. So when you log in, this is where you should find yourself. So at the top, you will see these hosting settings, all these things. You don't need to disturb yourself about all this. Just leave them. Then click on your dashboard. Wow, it has been huge information today. Any question from anybody before I progress? Any question? Let's check out. So I don't have any question from Zoom here. As I can see, no question here. So is there any question on Facebook? All right. Okay, so let me proceed. So now the next thing is, as soon as you click on your dashboard, you will see all these things. Now, the first thing you have to do is to clean up. So let's do some cleanup. I don't like dirty dashboard. So I will click on screen options and you untick everything you have here. So let's clean up this dashboard. Let's make it clean. Okay, then you hide your screen options again. So our dashboard is clean now. Nothing is there. Beautiful. So you have this update option. Let's check it. Click on it and see, is there anything that needs to be updated? Okay. Okay. So everything is up to date. So we are good to go. So don't worry about this information. We are up to date. Okay. Now the next thing you want to do is to click on your post. Please let's limit noise. Let's limit noise, please. Sorry, PHCN. Is it okay? EEDC. That's what we are using here. So we just have light here that there is for the noise. So everybody's happy there is light now. Okay. So you go to your post. I need my charger, please. Sorry. Okay. Some seconds, please. Let me connect my system to lights. All right. So we can proceed. Okay. It's like, can we, Auntie, sorry, please, help me to this fan, off it for now, yes. It's making noise, it's too loud. Or you reduce the speed. Sorry for that. Okay, let's proceed. So you come to your post and you want to do cleanup on our post also. Or before I do that, okay, let me just explain everything you have here. Post simply means the blog post that you have on your website. That's the meaning of post. So if you go to your website to check your site, just bring your mouse to the top left-hand corner where you have your domain name written. You will see the visit site will come out. That's okay. Then right-click on it and click open in a new tab. So when you do that, you will see how your website is currently looking. So this is how your website is currently looking. And the only post you have on this website is this hello world. So welcome to WordPress. This is your first post. Edit or delete it, then start writing something like that. So currently, this is how your website looks like. You get it? Okay, let's proceed. So that is this post, hello world. The same thing you can see here, hello world. So I want to delete it. I don't need it. So I will select it. And under bulk options, I will click on move to bin. And I will click apply. So I've deleted that post. So if I come to my website here and I reload, I shouldn't see the hello world again. So it's still taking time. It will soon be out of it. Let's go to our bin. Let's delete it from the bin also. Empty bin. Okay. All right. So this is my website, reload. Okay. Okay, still loading. Normally, this hello world will not be showing again. It's because sometimes your browser can delay some things. So you might not see your update immediately. And there is another thing that we off that will make that will stop that. So we ought to off our cache, but we are not yet there. So just be patient. Okay. So the next page you want to go to as soon as you start your first setup. We've done dashboard cleanup, post cleanup. Okay. So the next thing is appearance cleanup. So let's go to appearance. So on your appearance, that is where you have your themes. So we have 3 themes here currently that has been installed for you. So let's do some cleanup there also. So the first thing we are going to do is to delete 2 themes. You only need 1 theme per time. So I don't need this. The only one that is currently active is this 2023 thing. You can see it's active 2023. So I don't need the remaining two. So I'll just go to team details. Then I will delete it. Click on delete by this side and click OK. Now you might be wondering, why am I doing all this cleanup? It's to make your website to be light and oh. So please, I'm very sorry. There was a little network glitch from my network. I don't know why, the reason for that. Okay, so let me share my screen again. I was trying to show us how to delete your, okay, let's do that again. So delete, okay. Oh, it's not deleting because of that error that happens in the first time. So what we do now is let's reload this page. Okay, it has even been deleted already. So then 2022 or so, let's delete it. Okay. So now you can see the only thing that is remaining here is just the 2023 thing. So all the other ones we deleted them. Beautiful. So let's leave that for now. So let's go to our plugins also. Plugins are the extra things that are installed on your WordPress website to add to the functionality of your WordPress. So the same way when you build websites with HTML and with CSS, you still need to add some Bootstrap or JavaScript to add some functionalities to your website. So that's the same way plugins help you to add some functionalities to your website. For instance, if you want to add a form to your website, if that form will be submitted and it will be stored in your database, you need plugins to achieve that. Okay, so we already have 3 plugins that have been installed and we are okay with them. But for this cache, so that the work I am doing, I can be seeing them immediately. I won't have this issue of when you reload the website, you are not seeing the effect of what you have done. So firstly, deactivate your cache and you can activate it later. So let's deactivate it for now. Okay. So give me some seconds. It's like I'm having slow network now. Let me set that off. Okay, so let's proceed. So I've done that. I've deactivated the Lightspeed cache, as you can see. So now the next thing is to come to your settings and come to writing. Or let's start from general settings. So, sorry, general settings. Good. So you will see your site title. You can add a tagline. Tagline can be anything depending on the business you are building for. So the tagline can be something like get trained be prepared for the future of work. Okay, so that's the, don't worry, it's charging, don't worry, it's charging like that. Okay, so you have your website URL, you have your site address, don't touch anything here. Then membership, if you want people to be signing up for a form on your website and you want to turn them to a member, you can activate this. So it allows people to register on your website as a user. But if you don't want it, just leave it empty. In as much you are not building a membership site or probably something like e-commerce site, this particular option is not necessary. You get it? Okay, site language is English, United Kingdom, leave that. Your time zone, set your time zone to Lagos. Let's see if we can find Lagos or anything in Africa, in Nigeria, sorry. Africa, this is Arctic. Here's Africa. Let's find Africa first. So this is Africa, and let's see if we can find Lagos, okay? So set your time zone to Lagos, that's UTC +1. Okay. So currently the local time in here is 12:12, which is correct. So this is correct. Then you set your date format the same way you want it. Just leave it like that. Time formats, leave it like that. Then your week starts on Sunday. So make it Sunday. Then click on Save Changes. So those are the settings you need to do under your general settings, okay? Let's go to writing settings. Writing settings. So your default post category. Now, basically, you don't need to do anything here. Just leave it and move on. Go to reading. Under reading, later we will come here to do some things like there will be an option that we need to add here later, but for now, leave it. Then come to permalinks. This is the most important place for now. Under permalinks, your permalink structure should be post name. That means any post you are creating, any new page you are creating, it will be your domain name / that new page. You get it? So it won't be domain name / something numbers, all those confusing things. Just make it post name and scroll down and click Save Changes. So all this setup backend stuff can be a little bit tasking and boring, but enjoy it. That's what you have signed up for. Okay, so we are gradually getting to the interesting part. We are through with our settings. So now let's go back to our themes. Let's set up the structure for our website that we want to build. Once again, let's see how our website is currently looking. We are going to change the look now. You will see wonders now very soon. So currently, this is how this website is looking. So dry, nothing is there. You can see. So now you can see that post has been deleted. As I said, it's because it's the cache that is delaying the thing before. And you can see this option of be prepared for the future of work. So the tagline has been added to our link on the domain. All right. Now, let's go to appearance and themes. So we want to install the theme we are going to use. Obviously, we are not using this 2023 theme. So let's install another theme. So the first thing you do now is to install a theme. So let me go to my slide. Let me show you what we have done so far. What a beautiful lesson we are having today. Very beautiful lesson. Okay. I will show you now. Give me some seconds. Okay. So we've seen how to register a domain. We've seen how to register a hosting account. We've seen how to install your WordPress website. We've seen, so the next thing now is installing a theme. So let's go ahead to install a theme on our website. So go back to your dashboard, appearance, click on themes, then click add new. So we are getting to the interesting aspects. I'm excited also. All those boring aspects is too, I don't like those boring things also. So now let's see written now. Let's see written. In fact, you won't have to go through that stress of boring aspects for your project because we will set those boring aspects for you. Of course, you still have to learn it. So now the theme, when you click on add theme, you will see we have like 5,959 themes on WordPress. Don't forget, I said themes are your website structures. They are just the layout for your website. Beautiful. Okay. The same way you use your HTML to create the layout for your website. So now the theme we are going to be installing, you can see there are a lot of them here. We have the 2023 Hello Elementor, Astra, 2022, 2021, 2020, Ocean WP, Nev, Generate, a lot of them. Now, one thing that you must pay attention to in choosing a theme is basically the number one, the lightness of that theme, how fast that theme is. Then number two, you want to consider the builder, the web builder that the theme works with. Now, when I will also show you, there is something we call web builder for WordPress. Now, WordPress has its own builder, which you can use, but there are other web builders that comes as a plugin that you use to build your website. Okay, so web builders are just the application or plugins that allows you to be able to do simple editing and formatting on your website. So that's what we call web builders. Okay, so Hostinger has their own web builder also if you want to use it. WordPress has their own Gutenberg web builder. We have many kind of web builder, okay? But your team, you must check if your team has the web builder you want to use, okay? So for me, the web builder I use mostly is Elementor web builder, okay? So, and that is what we'll be using for our training, Elementor web builder, okay? So now we have Elementor as their own team, which is Hello Elementor, but we are not using their own team for this particular project. So the team we want to install is Astra. I love Astra. Astra has wonderful layouts, light theme, very fast theme. And later you will understand why it's very good for your website to be fast. When we get to search engine optimization, you will understand why your theme should be fast. You understand? Okay, so you just click on details and preview for you to know. This is where you check what a particular, when you click on theme details, you'll be able to know if a particular theme will do your job for you. So when you read through, you can see Astra is a fast, fully customizable and beautiful WordPress theme. You need a fast and fully customizable WordPress theme. Very important. Then you can see it is very lightweight. I talked about it. Then built with SEO in mind, very important. Search engine optimization is wonderful. Then it comes its own schema.org code integrated, very important. Later in search engine optimization, this schema.org is very important for your search engine optimization. And it works with all page builders. Can you see that? So it works with Elementor, with Beaver, with Visual Composer, with Site Origin, with Divi, and etc. And it's also come with WooCommerce ready, responsiveness, a lot of things. So I highly recommend Astra. In fact, let me just list some themes I recommended. Hello Elementor is a good theme. Astra is a good theme. Ocean WP, this one here, is a good theme. Nev is also a good theme. So these are the themes I have used in the past, and I really love them. The other ones I've not tried them mostly. So the ones I have tried, these are the ones I have worked on, okay? So let's proceed with installing our theme. So the theme we are installing is Astra, and I've clicked on install. Okay, Then the next thing is click on activate. So we are activating our team. Don't worry, we're almost through with today's class. It's getting interesting. So we already have our teams installed now. So we currently have 2 teams now, the previous one and the Astra one. So because we don't want 2 teams at the same time, we only have only one team per time. So click on team details for this 2023 and delete it. Obvious, I'll be beautiful, sorry. So now Astra is the only thing we have on this website, okay? If you go back to your website and you reload it, you will see what you currently have. Oh, wow. So this is how our website is currently looking, because we have a new team now, clean and nothing is inside. So let's boost this up. Let's make this better. Go back to your team and click on install starter template. Install starter template. So the next thing you do is to install your starter template. So let's do that. Okay. So the first thing you do after you have clicked on install starter template is to select a page builder. So select your page builder, Elementor, that's the one we are using. We are not using the blog builder by WordPress, okay? Then the next thing is, what type of website are you building? So we are trying to use a template to start our website. So let's go for just pick anyone that interests you. So I will just pick a business website, and let's say, for instance, let me see, probably an agency. Let's just go for an agency. Then you scroll through. Now pick any of the website that looks okay for you, any of the layouts that you want to use. So for now, let me just find a simple layout that we can start with for us. Okay, so we just want to go with something simple and not too complex. Okay, so any one of them that is showing premium is not available for you for free. So in fact, you can firstly try to ensure that you get the right, okay? So I'm trying to see any of this one that looks okay for me. But obviously I'm not seeing anyone now. Okay, let me just go with this. Let's go with this digital agency. So I'll click on it. So there are many other templates you can start with, but this is the one we pick for now. Let's just start with this. Okay. All right. So then click on skip and continue, logo. All these ones, we can do them later. Your color, you can pick your color if you have a color you like. So if you have a color you want to use, just pick it here. So I think this goes with our organization's color. Or is it this one? No. So I'm going with this, or I decide to go with our blue. No, let's go with this, okay? If you want to change your font, let's say you don't like this particular font, you can pick different fonts layouts that we have here. So this is one here. This is another one, Montserrat and Lato. This is Poppins and Lato, okay? Roboto, Merriweather, a lot of them there. Vocon and Open Sans, okay? So for us, we go for Montserrat and Lato, okay? So this is your website, all right? We've changed the font layout based on our organization layout, or probably the person you are building for. Okay, let's continue. So then tell us a little bit about yourself. So fill this form and proceed. your name, your email address. If you are a beginner, intermediate, anyone, just pick anyone, doesn't make more meaning. Then, are you building for yourself or for your clients? So pick your stage. I agree to receive. If you don't agree, it's not compulsory. Oh, of course, you have to accept their privacy statement, so you have to tick this. Then advanced options, import customizer settings, import widgets, let everything be clicked, and click on submit and build my website. So with that, you'll be importing the first template you want to start working with. So some plugins will be installed for you. Some forms will be installed for you. Website content will be installed for you to start with. And many things will be added to you for your website for you to start with. As soon as we are done with this, we will be through for today. So with that, congratulations. Your website is ready and it took just 23 seconds to build. Awesome. So your website is ready. If you click on view your website, you should see a new look for our website now. Wow. So now this is our website now. This is, you can still see it, it's still the same emberbooster.com.ng, but now the interface has changed. So we have a new UI now, a new UI that we can start working with. So this is our UI, this is our user interface for this particular website, okay? For this digital agency website that we are trying to build. You can see powered by emberbooster.com.ng, copyright 2023 Ember, that's our footer. So this is the footer, this is you can see your header, this is your header. So all the pages are already there. Okay, so all the pages are already there, sorry. So you can see your digital agency that thrives on your success. Later, we will see how we can edit all these things. Hire us for something about us, our mission, our vision, all these things, we edit them. We edit this UI to fit into our own website need in our next class. But for now, you already have your user interface. So your assignment will be to build your own user interface also. So you have to reach this point before next class. So you install your work, we will install WordPress for you on your behalf based on we will install WordPress on the link we are going to send to you on the hosting, your own unique web address that we are going to give you. WordPress will have been installed. We will only give you your login details for your WordPress site, and you will go ahead and do that. Okay, so this is your contact page. You can see all these basic pages are there already. It's just for you now to edit them. So if you search for emberbooster.com.ng, this is how the website currently looks like. Sorry, this is not correct. Let's reload it. Now, this is error from the browser. You get it? So let's go back. Let's close this. We are done with this. Close this. This is not correct again. Exit to dashboard. Click on leave. So good. We are back on our dashboard, and you can see some other things have been added to our dashboard because of all those things that have been installed. So go back to your screen options and untick all of them. Let's leave our dashboard clean. Then these ones are asking for what we don't want to give them. Okay, so if you go now to your plugins, you will notice that some other plugins have been added on your behalf. For instance, Elementor have been added because it is needed for that starter template that we installed. The starter template has been installed. That's the plugin that you use to install your UI, okay? Then WP forms have been installed because the contact page for that UI already has a form installed. So And they use WP forms to do that. That's a plugin. Okay, so those are the new plugins that have been added for us. Probably as we progress, we might still need to add some plugins, but for now, those are the things we need. Okay, so with that, we've come to the end of today's class. How will your project goes? Okay, so for your project, I will quickly show you a demo of what you are expected to do for your first project. So I'll quickly talk about that now for your first project. Okay, good. So let me see how I can quickly do that. So every one of us will be given a subdomain. So please check for me who is currently available on Facebook. Let me see if I can create a subdomain for that person. You said? Daniel Victor. Okay. So let me go back to my hosting. So I will create a subdomain for. Okay. Yes, you can just send a direct. You have to send an email. Send an email to training@afterschoolacademy.ng so that, and use that email to request for your hosting, your WordPress login details, your free WordPress login details. So make sure you send that email for us to be able to do that for you. So let me quickly set up Daniel Victor, and you can also see I'm going to do that right from the hosting. Okay, so I'll click on manage. Then I will select the particular website. So I'm showing you now how to create a subdomain. So we'll be giving every one of us a free subdomain, which is also like a free domain. I explained what a subdomain is in our previous class, so I will not be explaining that now. So I've selected emberbooster.com.ng. You can see it here. Then by your left-hand side, click on domains, that arrow by the side of domains, and click subdomains. Okay. Then now I will put in the name of the subdomain. So I want to add Victor. So this will be the subdomain for Victor. So victor.emberbooster.com.ng. Then I will click on create. So you wait for that. Okay, so you can see it has subdomain created successfully, and you can see list of current subdomains. This is victor.emberbooster.com.ng. All right, so this will be the unique web address for Victor throughout this program. So that will be what we use for your project. Okay, how do you log in? So I have to go and install WordPress on your website. That's it. So I will go to WordPress. See, I'm going to do that overview. Then I will come to where you have emberbooster.com by your right-hand side, click on it and select victor.emberbooster.com.ng. So I want to install WordPress for Victor. So install WordPress. That's the same thing you do if you are adding WordPress installation for anybody. So the website, the title will be Victor Portfolio. Okay. Then administrator email. Now, I don't know Victor's email for now. So this will be the default administrator email I'm going to use. And I'm going to use my username and password for now. But what will happen is that when Victor sends us a request, we are going to create a unique credentials for Victor. Do you get it? So for now, we are going to use our own credential. So we set up, I will set up a unique credential for Victor when he made a request to training.afterschoolacademy.ng. So click on next and click on install, that's all. So it will this way install WordPress on Victor's domain. You can see this is a little bit shorter than the first process because this time around is a subdomain you are installing the WordPress on. So let's wait for that installation to complete. Obviously, that is done now. So you can see now, you can see edit website. So that website is ready. So now, Victor, pay attention, or everybody should pay attention now. This is how your project will go. So we will give you your subdomain, which is victor.emberbooster.com.ng. That's your subdomain. Okay. Then the login, you log into your, in order to log in into your WordPress dashboard, you will add /wp-admin. Okay. Then you press enter. So this link, we will send it to you also. That will be your WordPress dashboard login. Okay. So just press enter. So now this is what you will see. This is where you sign into your WordPress dashboard. So I will use our own login details that I have used. I will enter that now. Hopefully, I will get it correctly. Okay, beautiful. So now I've logged in. Okay. So this is how Victor will also log in with his own credentials that we are going to create for him. Okay. So when Victor has logged in like this, he will now follow all those processes I followed before by firstly coming to his dashboard, offing all these things, putting all these things off it, then come to your post, clean your post, come to all posts, then clean it, come to your page, go to your appearance, remove all these two, then do your site settings. You get it? After that, come back to appearance, install the Astra, then follow the process to add your starter templates, pick a template, and you will be done. So by next class, I want to see that you already have your UI, your user interface has been installed, has been added to your website. So that's how the project for this week will go. If you have any question, you can let me know. So with that, we have come to the end of today's class. Any question from anybody? So far today, we have been able to look at how to install a theme. We've been able to look at registering a domain, registering a hosting account, installing WordPress, installing a theme. Then when next we meet, we will look at how to customize your website. It's been a long lesson for today, but it's a great one. Please pay attention to everything that I've been given to you. Watch this video as many times as possible for your understanding, and be ready to reach out to me if you face any challenge in the process. So thank you very much, and do have a lovely day. So that's everything we have for us for today. If you have any question, let me know. Please check, confirm on Facebook if there's any question before I go offline. All right, so thank you all. And okay. Sorry. Okay, we are building a blog website. How do you commercialize it? Okay, so that is part of what we are going to learn later on in the class. So we will learn about commercialization later. So for now, we are not yet at that point. But of course, we'll show you that. Okay, now for this particular project, submission is not needed because we can always check it from our side if you have worked on it. So you don't need to submit. Your one is request for your free domain and your free hosting. So we get you the login details for your WordPress. Then you do your work and we see it from our side. So no submission is needed. We see it from our side. Just do your work. Okay, thank you very much. And do have a lovely day. God bless you. So I'm shutting down now. Have a lovely day. Go through your project, and if you have any challenge, chat me up on WhatsApp to the training WhatsApp group. Bye for now.